Smile in front of Mount Warning. Oh, it's not Mount Warning, is it?
Smiling for the camera. Cheese.
Smile.
Mountains.
Cheese. There were some dolphins that swam past us while Dan was swimming. Dan was scared because he said, where there is dolphins, there's sharks. So
Christmas on the beach. With no condiments.
what can we sing? He's up here, Donuts.
Oh, Sarah Jane. From the day I heard your name, my life has never been the same. You are my forever flame, and I'll never leave your side. When you're not lying by my side, I feel a fear deep down inside. But when you're sleeping next to me, you drive me mad the way you have.
Tommy's getting a little bit irritable because he needs a meeting.
No, I'm
It's
not.
getting really irritable.
Now, later on, shall we go and look on the computer for any meetings?
Last one I went to in Australia, I met 3 Gregs. Mind you, no, it's not about interesting, it's about sharing your experience, which is what I have to do.
And is it any different in Australia than in England? Mind you, you can't tell with
I
three.
can't really tell with just 3 Gregs in a fucking meeting. That was the only one that I did. I need to go to more. But no, it shouldn't be any different. I work a spiritual program, so I have to practice spiritual principles by sharing my experience, and hopefully someone would get something from it or recognise themselves and then decide that they want to work a program, you see, which saved my life.
Yeah, I think it's...
Yeah,
So
I am
it's-
starting to get fucking irritable. Sarah's getting right on my tits.
You're getting on his tits.
Get the slipper out. Tommy has been very good. Meetings for him are like medicine, and so when he doesn't have his medicine, he gets a bit grumpy. But because he has been clean for 7 years now, he's 100 times better than he was before.
Oh, yeah.
So he is quite chilled actually, but you will notice the difference when he goes to a meeting.
I'm quite happy. I'm really looking forward to seeing you two. And then, like, all I said to Sarah was, I told you to throw them stones
No,
away. And she
no.
shouts at me in front of fucking thousands of
No,
passengers.
this is like the fries, okay? This is like the 20th time you throw no stones away. No, I've got them in my bag. And then another time, you throw no stones
Yeah, whatever.
away. No, I've got them in my bag, Tommy. Then we're walking to the thing. You throw no fucking stones away. I told you to throw no fucking stones away. No, they're in my bag. I fucking got them in my bag. I told you that 100 times. That's what happened.
Yeah, whatever. What actually happens is, she shouts at me, then I flip. See, then I just see fucking red, and I start shouting at her and what have you. But it feels like she does it on purpose. Like, we're just about to meet you two. Like, it's Christmas. We ain't seen you in God knows how fucking long, and now I'm really angry. And I'm sure she enjoys the fact that you lot go, "Oh, he is nasty with her, isn't he?" He's a bit horrible."
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, I bet you're doing this to wind me up in front of them so they could say that you're nasty with me."
You two,
Yeah.
shrewd and
And also-
shrewder.
Yeah, 'cause you two are like
Now
peas in a
listen,
pod.
listen, we walk like this, yeah?
Yeah.
There's people there where Tommy is.
Oh, shut up! Don't say it so loud.
I'm like, but it's not
Really, that's the truth of it. So, excuse me, you're the most audible, loudest person I've
believe me?
ever met.
I believe you.
Thank you, Sarah.
P, pod, pod, P, pod.
Come on, I'm hungry. Let's go.
Let's go to Limbin.
That is
well then.
That is the longest I've not been to a meeting for.
So how do you feel within yourself?
Well, obviously, what happens for me is, you know, I have to practice spiritual principles by talking to newcomers, to people still suffering addicts, about what I did and how I maintain working a spiritual program. That's working a spiritual program, calling these people and whatever. So when I'm abroad, I don't call people, you know, I don't do as many meetings and what have you. So what I have to do is try and stay closer to a higher power. But yeah, I kind of feel okay actually. I don't feel. It's strange. The more you practice spiritual principles and the more time goes by that I'm working a program and staying clean and what have you, I've ended up relying more on God and prayer, meditation and stuff, and I seem to be less and less over time, so irritable and so intolerant. I'm kind of becoming more tolerant. I'm going to one tomorrow though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, we'll sort that out. Did you have a look for the meeting?
Yeah, so that stuff I was telling you about, what we was talking about, having that freak outy moment, I had one a minute ago. So
Why does it feel like a little panic attack?
yeah, kind of like I was just kind of like my vision. I was just sort of looking at Johan, and it starts to kind of go like that, and then your heart starts pounding, and then I'm sort of having to sort of control it.
Really?
But I sort of telling myself that it's okay, everything's okay, don't worry, and what have you. But yeah, it's just, like I say, I still have them, but it seems that what it's shown me, not doing a meeting for such a long, the most amount of time since I've been working a program, shows me that it does work for me. It stops me having like anxiety attacks or panicky attacks, but it doesn't stop them altogether. It kind of, I still have some moments actually, but I can feel that the more time goes on that I've not done a meeting, that sort of fear and anxiety slowly creeps back on you. It's the strangest feeling. See what it is, you're living in three sides of the triangle: service, unity and recovery. And if one of those sides is slipping because I'm not doing meetings, for example, then I start to feel this anxiety and more irritable, as I've bored on about before, and less tolerant of, especially of Sarah.
He is a bit irritable when I woke him up. Fucking hell, leave me alone. Stop moving, go downstairs. But that's just normal. Even if he's been to a meeting, he just does that. So apart from that, he's alright at the moment.
So we need to find him that meeting.
We do need
Sarah, get on the computer and search.
Okay.
And sit on his face in the meantime. Okay, so we think that we've located a meeting here in Byron Bay. So we're going to go and drive down there later to see if it's actually on and it's not another derelict building with fuck all people around. So that should be good for Tommy.
What?
This meeting, mate.
What about it?
We're going.
Yes.
After we've had the Indian.
You sound like you want to come with me. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Nanny buffet, you should go
Go
as
and
well.
poke your nose around in a meeting.
Yeah. So, no, sometimes I liked it. Most of the times I found it a bit self-indulgent, but I guess it all depends who's speaking.
Yeah, exactly.
But like you
like I
say,
said to you when you filmed me yesterday, most people that, well not most, a lot of people that go to meetings do think it's like they're supposed to use it like a group therapy session.
yeah.
Which is when you get self-indulgent people like, they'll cry and all that sort of stuff. Which, I feel sorry for these people, obviously, because I know what they're feeling, but that's not what you go to a meeting for. If you want fucking therapy, go and pay for a psychiatrist. So, the meeting was fucking closed because it's Christmas holiday and there's fucking thousands of people here. Bastards.
So what should we do instead? Should we just
Let's go
in?
shopping.
Shopping.
Let's go and feed a bit of my spiritual malady by buying some shit instead. Only joking.
So we just had a nice, lovely cardamom meal, which was all vegetarian, and Tommy was looking forward to it being meat. So because of the fact that the meeting was closed because of the Christmas holidays in Byron Bay, he's not too pleased about that. He's not too pleased about the fact that there was no meat in the vegetarian food, so now he's going to try and remedy the pain by buying a hat. Are you going to join him, Sarah?
What? What do you want now?
What about those pots?
Did she get much sleep?
Why did you go in the upper room?
Because you kept me awake all night, bouncing around on the bed. I'm like this.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You were snoring at one point, you was asleep.
No, you kept me awake all night. That's what you was doing.
Under my trousers, yeah. It's really itchy.
So I was bouncing around all night because you were scratching.
No, Anne said we should build air up a bit more.
No amount of air is going to stop your fidgety arse from keeping me awake all night.
That's why, because it's a bit low.
Sleeping next to Sarah for 13 years, right? If it ain't one thing, it's another. She just keeps me awake, stops me falling asleep. So I'll wake up, or she'll wake me up, and then she's like this. For hours scratching her arm, and I'm trying to push her arm down, pushing her legs down.
So, Tommy and Sarah are on day 7, and we drove to a place yesterday that was derelict, and it was supposed to be where the meeting was. So, Tommy is still yet to find a meeting.
You like the attention, we both like this Mexican beer.
Sarah, are you making a coffee? Lemon. No, it's mad. Yeah, it's lovely down here.
Are we going to make it back in time for the meeting?
Yeah, I hope so.
Have you been unable to get to a meeting in New Zealand then?
No, we sort of was in the wilderness quite a lot. Fucking like massive mountains and glaciers, and I did look on online when we got a bit of Wi-Fi in a motel room. So there was like quite a lot in Christchurch, but we didn't stay there, and quite a lot in Auckland. But then all the rest, like all round New Zealand, you'd have like one a week. So basically, no, I didn't do a meeting when we was in New Zealand. Yeah, so I need to do one now tonight.
Yeah. Is that kind of somewhat accepted within the fellowship?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, obviously I've been clean for like nearly 7 years, so I'm not saying that the longer you're clean, the less you have to work a spiritual program, but basically, you know, as long as you pray in a lot, which I do, and trying to do other spiritual sort of practices like meditation and stuff like that, it's not too bad if you don't do a meeting for a couple of weeks. I mean, it's not suggested to not do them, but it's, you know, it's not too bad. But yeah, after a couple of weeks, it gets like you need to do one.
So with this one that we're going to try and get you to tonight, with this one kind of, say if it's the only one that you can get to do over the next 2 weeks, but it won't be because I'm sure we can find others. But if it is, would that suffice?
Well, not really, no. I mean, I ought to be, from now, I ought to be doing at least one a week. So, you know, obviously I work the kind of program where, you know, I sponsor guys and I suggest to them to do 3 meetings a week, and I do 3 meetings a week. Trying to contact my sponsor actually, you know, via an email or whatever, then I'm okay, you know, I'll be okay. And most people are. as long as they sort of work the rest of the programme. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we'll leave soon and we'll try and make that meeting.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Take a picture as you come down. How?
Why
You
am
have
I
to.
such a scaredy cat, Danny?
If you go home and you don't do it, you're going to feel pissed off.
I probably won't.
You've got to conquer your fears.
I'll wait for Tommy, he's got to do it.
Now, Tommy's just been brave and jumped in a very
What's
freezing
Tommy got on
cold
the back
rock
of his
pool to get rid of his agitations before we go to the meeting later on. So I think this might help to kind of give him a little distraction. Yeah, and you've got to do it as well.
I've never been in because it is for me too hot.
Yeah, but yeah, let's rejuvenate.
Looking at the sun shining down from the sky.
Tell Sarah the lovely feeling you get after.
Beautiful. But you don't, all you got to do, once you're in, you go under quite a bit, but then come up, just keep your feet off the floor.
When my Sarah smiles, I forget for a while. When my Sarah smiles, I forget for a while. Forget about these troubles spinning round in my mind. Oh, when my Sarah smiles, I'm about to lose my mind.
It's good.
Do you feel nice and refreshed?
Yes.
Face the fear.
The older I get, the more scared I get about doing things. I never
true.
used to be scared, now I'm really scared.
When my Sarah smiles, I forget for a while. When my Sarah smiles, I forget for a while. About these troubles spinning around.
So Sarah, keep looking on the laptop to see if there's any more.
Okay, I'll look on the
But I want to know if you have any insecurities or anxieties. What really makes you anxious?
The kitchen being dirty.
Yeah.
Because Tommy say, and I think this is similar to your name, that you have trouble sometimes expressing your emotions and anxieties. So tell me now, what makes you anxious?
It makes me anxious. Yeah, I don't know about the cleaning.
Oh yeah, OCD. So Tommy, are most of your anxieties always kind of remedied after you've been to a meeting?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, it used to be, you know, that I would wake up in the morning when I was still drinking and using drugs, and I'd have to obviously go to work, and then I'd go to work, but then come about 4 o'clock I'd be sort of really anxious to get out and go and have a drink, and then it would start obviously, and then I'd go through the night drinking and using drugs. But yeah, now, but since working a program, that's pretty much gone, and the only kind of fear or anxiety I get is sort of normal levels that most people experience.
Really, you're lucky then.
Yeah, that's what it does.
And my way of getting rid of stress and things is to sleep. So I sleep a lot.
Oh, that's nice.
And my way of getting rid of stress is to clean. It's wrong, but I clean a lot. But I like it clean.
I was telling Danny the other night, so if I tried to talk about Sarah, how Sarah is, she'd just sit there and I'm banging on, and then I'll look at her and she's just like that. So she won't talk about her feelings, she won't really talk about much until we go to bed at about 12 o'clock at night, and then she wants to talk. When I'm ready now to go to sleep because I'm up at 6:30.
Can't go to bed on an argument, that's
Are you
why.
listening to this?
No, well, that's what you think I am like, but I don't think so.
Yeah, he wants to talk about everything, just as I'm putting my head on the pillow and I've got to get up for work, and he knows that I dwell on things and think about things, and that's when he wants to resolve.
Sarah be like, every morning generally speaking, she'll make a cup of coffee for me in my little flask, which is nice. But then I'm kind of running late, and I'm just about to go out the door, and she'll be like, "Oh, Tommy!" And then I turn around and she's got a banana, and every morning she'll go, "Oh, bye then, bye," like pretending it's a telephone, making me even more late. And then I get a bit irritable, and I'm like, for fuck's sake. And I'll take the banana and go off to work without saying goodbye, really. And then I'll call her generally about 20 minutes later and apologise.
Okay, so we've eventually found the place where the meeting is, and Tommy's ecstatic because we found one finally. Okay, so so we'll see you later, and good luck. And don't talk to too many Gregs.
Grigger.
All right. So spread the message.
Yeah.
Bon voyage. We'll come and pick you up afterwards.
Okay.
Are you upset?
I am, well, a bit sorry for him walking in. He looked a bit lonely walking in on his own, but I'm sure he'll be fine. And it is, yeah, he has been pretty good. And I think, like I say, he's been less towards the end. At some points in our holiday when we was on our own, he was quite grumpy, but he's been less grumpy with you guys, I think. But as I was saying, I think with 4 people, it just means there's 4 people or 3 other people to get annoyed with, not just me to get annoyed with, you know. So I think it's a good thing that he's gone to a meeting now. So give him.
It was very hard for you to find a meeting in New Zealand, isn't it, with all the hobbit lands and mountains and...
I've experienced a hell of a lot of people in 12-step meetings who don't like the idea that basically we need to experience a spiritual experience. I have to accept a spiritual way of life. I have to adopt a spiritual program, otherwise I'm not going to stay clean. But when you get to a place where you are fucking done, where you're at the end of your road, where you've tried everything that you can think of, you know, where you've got no more reservations in your mind, when you're basically fucked, right? You then are ready. You're then ready. You admit defeat to your innermost self. That this thing has defeated you and you need help. And that's the point at which you get on with this program and you do what is necessary. So I've been in meetings before and people hold the meeting hostage. They'll talk for, you know, too long. Right. I've heard someone do a chair, which is like the main speaker, and then you've obviously got the audience, if you like. The main speaker should speak for about 20 minutes. Then the audience, if you like, comes in and shares back with them for 5 minutes. I once heard this guy do the chair for the entire meeting. See, that's the kind of meeting that I come from. That's the schooling that I come from. I was taught in a meeting where it's kind of like set up like a classroom, and that's what it's about. I'm there to learn from people that have gone before me, you know. But people with the disease of addiction, you know, are inherently extremely arrogant and extremely self-centered. The obsession to use drugs gets removed when you're ready to work the program. But as I said, I know I'm banging on, but
No, it's all good.
you know, it's difficult to keep seeing everywhere I go, no matter where it is in the world. All I see mainly, not all I see, what I see a lot of are people that just, they seem to be in meetings too soon. They're not ready to stop. And then they almost get quite comfortable with coming along to a meeting and telling everyone else how shit they're feeling. But you know, by coming to this meeting, I do feel good. When I walk out of here, I do feel a bit better. What you might do for spewing up on everyone about how shit your day was, you might momentarily feel okay in yourself, but drive home 30 minutes later, something's going to happen that's going to fuck you right off, and then you're off and running again. You know, you're all irritable and angry, and the only way you can deal with that, because you haven't got the power in your life, is to use fucking drugs or have a drink.
When I am alone, life gets me down. When there is no one else around. When I am lost and can't be found. You will see me through. Life can be tough, and so can I. But I get tired, too tired to try. When there is no more tears to cry. You will see me through.
Tommy.
Hasn't bought anything, so he's getting a bit touchy.
Every time we go shopping, for me, Sarah gets something and I get nothing.
And do you feel that you're on a mission now to beat that?
I'm on a mission to get something. No, I'm not really. No, I am. I'd like to go to Carrera Market, perhaps get myself another hat.
Right,
So
so
what?
on to the next shop then, is it?
Yeah. Let's go shop.
And I'll never leave your side.